As Robin, just a quick run through on some of the new features for our Android handheld. You can see that the icons have been updated. They're more consistent now, whereas before they were kind of haphazard, was just icons that I found. So I've been able to create some icons more specifically for or to match the same style. If you notice, the top one is devices in preview mode. Nothing's changed there. That doesn't show up if we're on a production system. Searching vehicles looks the same once we drill down. So this is the same as what we had before. I'm going to search for ABC, which one of the vehicles has an alarm, but let's just see that. So you see here, same output as before. Notice though that the red flag, instead of before we had a red light. We can click on the details. This is one of the changes, so you can see the tabs now are icons. So I can scroll over. I tried to match icons that, or I did match icons that match what we're using on the website. So just for that consistency. So that's our violations icon and our vehicles icon. I created a new one just for permits. So that this is the current permits tab. You can also click on the tabs. So as well as scrolling, you can also click. So if I go back, basically here again with the red flag, if I click on the violation, it takes me directly to violation entry screen. So this is the new violation entry screen. You'll notice that I'm on the vehicle tab, and that's because this vehicle has an alert. So if I go back to select another vehicle that doesn't have an alert, what will happen is it'll actually take me to the violation entry page or panel. So this one, because the vehicle information is already all filled in, it's a known vehicle. So here I'm actually now allowing the user to fill in details. So again, we can swipe to the right and left. We can swipe to the right and left and go to a disabled tab, but a disabled tab can't be clicked. So if we go back here, you can see that this is what it was before. So a moving violation based on our data set, a moving violation like speeding, careless driving requires a vehicle and also a person. So that would allow me to fill in vehicle information and also personal information. And we can see here that we can fail to identify. So as you know, the card was speeding, we didn't catch it. We don't know who it was, but that allows us to fail to identify our user. If we go back here, we can say it's a private property, so a parking violation. Notice that the user tab is now disabled. If I go, let's say to personal, so basically a personal violation, again, I can click on it to go there. Notice that fail to identify is no longer available. I can't click on it. And the reason being, of course, is in this case, it's a person violation. We require a person to give them a violation. So you can see that the interface is updated so that it's a little bit smarter than it was before, where it was just simply entering information. Now it'll actually tie back to some of the fields that are coming from the website. So the images is as it was before. So basically, just you can see that that's now a new icon as well. If we select to save, so you can see I haven't selected a primary offense. Now when I say save, it highlights that the primary offense needs to be filled in. So if I say mischief, and then let's just change this. Actually, let's go to a private property. And let's say we didn't have the province selected. So it's at the top. So if we go here and then we say, okay, we want to save this. So I say save. It tells me, oh, primary offense is not filled in. So I parked it in an expired meter. And then if I save again, now it takes me to the next tab and shows me that I also had not filled in this information, which is, you know, whatever the province was. So the same is true if it's personal information. So basically this allows us to set that there's certain required fields. So before it used to display a toast message down at the bottom. Now it'll actually take you directly to the panel that's missing information and highlight the element that's actually missing data. So this is pretty slick as far as that goes. So that's, you know, that's pretty much a lot of the design changes. There are other things, excuse me, like, you know, obviously change the icons so that they're consistent throughout the interface. There may be some other minor updates, but really it's that violation entry that's changed a lot. I haven't done anything with LPR scanning because I haven't got that far, but that would be something that I might take a look at, nor have I taken a look at system settings. The system settings, in my mind, is still kind of needs to be updated because the text is really, really tiny now. But that's fine. We can still synchronize data. We can still check on replication status. Again, that page hasn't changed. So a lot of the features are exactly as they were before, but definitely the new functionality being the person search, creating a violation with a person or without a person or a vehicle. That's the stuff where there's a bit of work, because that's where some of the testing to make sure that we have all the appropriate fields. Now, there is a page that I created on the wiki for violations and offenses. I use that as the guide to determine what things need to be enabled or disabled, or what features were forced. So that would be something that could be probably tested against. As well, as I mentioned, the person search, I'm still working on that for the report at the bottom. And basically, that would be the next piece, is passing the information through on a violation to print on the ticket, and then also syncing that information with the server. So that's still to come, but now somebody would be able to just play around with the UI features and make sure that I haven't broken anything, and then we can still write violations that are private property violations or parking violations without any problems. So that's it. Thanks for watching.